attack with Ellie. I don't think this is over though. Maybe I should have saved that. He's having a bad trip. It's like, oh no, we're not gonna be able to put him behind bars. And this is where the bad end happens. I was shaking a bunch. It's hard to read. Both groups are doing it for their daughters. Okay. '11th hour Ren to the rescue. How did he fly that in here? How did you fly that in here? Hey, we got everything charged up again. Are we meant to just throw out our attacks? That makes me think I should just unload on him. I think I'm supposed to just unload him. You can delay him. Yeah, you can just murder him right now. I'm gonna steer a field just in case, because I don't trust myself not to die like an idiot. Let's use the big attacks from everyone else. Oh, at least not gonna be enough. I should have used Tio's scrap. Yeah, she wasn't gonna cut it. It's not gonna come out in time. Not gonna come out in time. No, I wanted the last hit to be Tio. Oh well. It's elongated if she gets the chance. At least been murdering all the bosses. There's bits of him flying all over the place.
届けることはかなわないが、我らが大望はなったのだから、あの方はキーヤ様はきっと。
最後までよまいごと。
でも哀れね。
はい。
気にすることはないよ。あの狂気の薬を大量に飲んだ時点で。
そうね。できれば私も助けたかったけれど。
This is one of those rare instances where the party actually kills the main antagonist in a Trails games. In a Trails game.
最後まで彼の妄想を晴らすことができなかった。
Like it's rare. People in this game like constantly escape death.
できればきちんと裁きを受けて自分の罪を受け止めてほしかった。そうでないと彼自身も彼が犠牲にした人たちも。
ロイドさん。
ほら、何をしけた面してやがる。
ランディ、
俺たちは全能じゃねえ。全てがうまくいくわけがねえんだ。それでも精一杯やってここまで来れたんだろうが。ベストとは言わねえが上出来ってもんだぜ。
ランディ、
かつてのロッジ制圧作戦では多くの教団信徒たちが自決しました。ガイさんやアリオスさん、課長たちは屍を越えて
What's one more?
私を
Says
助けてくれ
Tio.
ました。避けられない犠牲も
What's one more dead body?
時にはあるのだと思います。
ティオ。
彼は自滅してしまったけど、まだまだ後始末は残っている。クロスベル全域の混乱、それから操られていた人の安否も。落ち込んでる暇はないと思うわ。
エリー、ありがとう。そうだな、へこんでる場合じゃないか。それにキーヤや課長との約束もちゃんと守らないとな。
ええ、全員で無事にあの子の元に戻る約束、それと課長に一人前と認めてもらう約束ですか。
なんとかどっちも守れそうだぜ。
仲間か。
どうやら幕引きみたいね。本当は最後まで手を貸すつもりはなかったんだけどレーベに影響されちゃったのかしら。
レン、
これでクロスベルでのレンの心残りは全部なくなった。なかなか楽しかったけど、レンがいると混乱しそうだし、そろそろ失礼するわね。レン。なにエステル、レンはまだ捕まる気はないわよ。レン、もうあんたは私たちに捕まってるわ。最後に別れてから半年、一度リベールに里帰りして、またここに来てから3ヶ月。
You're already caught.
私たちはいつでもレンの気配を肌で感じてたわ。
人形工房にいたことも知っていたし、ちょくちょくクロスベル市に遊びに来ていたのも知っていた。さすがに動力ネットで君を捉えるのは難しかったけどね。
当たり前じゃない。レンはキティ、誰にも捕まらないんだから。私たち以外にはね。今私たちはレンのことを全て知った。あんたの過去、悲しみ、そして嬉しいことや楽しいことも、もう逃げきれないわよ。 めると思ったのに、楽園のことしたらエステル絶対に諦めると思ったのに。2年前の私だったらひょっとしたらそうだったかも。でもみんなやレイベ、そしてレンに出会えたおかげで私は強くなれた。過去のどんな出来事も今のあんたを形作っている大切なものだから、今はただ愛おしくて仕方ないわ。
本当だったらご両親の元に戻った方がいいのかもしれない。でも僕たちはどんなにわがままと言われようとも家族として君を引き取りたい。それがクロスベルに来て僕たちが改めて出した結論だ。
もしかして
そうか、君もレンのこと。
捕まえた。
ありがとうパテルマテル。マイスターに調整されて自分の意志で動けるようになったみたいだね。
もう逃がしてあげないんだから。これからどこでどんな風に暮らしていくか一緒に考える必要はあるけど、まずは一度リベールに帰りましょう。ティータもずっとレンのことを待っているわ。レン
You stole the show there at the end. It's good to see this plot thread resolved.
本当によかった。
Even though I've seen it before, it's so good. It's so nice.
はい。
This whole arc that started in the first game.
さすがにじんときちまうな。
It took 2.5 plot arcs to complete this character arc.
みんなありがとう。本当に君たちにはなんて
Even Joshua's gonna
な
cry.
んてお礼を言ったらいいのか。
いや、俺たちは手伝いをしただけさ。
Right place, right time. It was a miracle almost, you could say.
君たちは君たちの手でこの結果を手に入れたんだと思う。よしや、おめでとうって言わせてくれ。
ありがとうロイド。
一刻も早くキーヤちゃんの顔が見たくなってきたわね。
はい。それに
Can't wait to
サ
see
イトと
Kia's
課
face.
長にも。
そんじゃあぼちぼち戻るとすっか。
ああ、特務支援課撤収準備。囚われた人たちを護衛しつつマフィアたちの身柄を確保しながら地上に戻ろう。ああ、
朝日が綺麗です。
ああ、それに暖かいな。
Who brought her here?
まさか
キア。
With Side, I thought you were with us.
よかった。ライダもエリーもティアもランディも無事で。
どうしてキーヤちゃんが。
That is a person.
おほはは しかも偉い大所帯じゃねえか。
先ほど市外に展開していた警備隊員たちが全員気絶した。それで取り急ぎ彼女を連れてこちらに出向いたというわけだ。
まったく連れて行けとダダをこねられて困ったぞ。これだから支援課はしつけくらいきちんとしておけ。
そう言いながらわざわざ連れてきてやるあたりがお前らしいがな。
セルゲイさん。
副司令にノエル総長も。
He really is prototype Makias, isn't he?
皆さんお疲れ様です。
こちらの部隊もようやく身動きが取れるようになったわ。それで様子を見に来たんだけど、とりあえず危機は去ったのね。
はい。
不気味な魔獣たちも全て姿を消してしまいましたし、
おかげで全員連れて帰ってこられたぜ。マフィアたちは拘束して地下に置いたままだが、
むしろこれからの方が大変かもしれませんね。
そうね。市民への説明と諸外国への対応、操られた警備隊員たちへのケアもきちんとしないと。
マフィアたちも一通り拘束する必要がありそうですね。
そして今回の事件に
Gonna be big person.
一連の証拠集め。
Big prison for all the mafia members.
1ヶ月は大忙しだろうな。
ギルドも協力させてもらおう。
感謝する。
確かに死ぬほど忙しくなりそうだな。
でもなんだか全てがいい方向に行きそうね。
ああ。
That's a person.
ロイド、エリー、ティオ、ランディ。詳しい報告はゆっくりと聞かせてもらうとして、とりあえずケリはつけてきたか。
はい。
上出来だ。これでどうやらお前たちを一人前として認めてやることができそうだ。
And now that you fought the boss that was apparently stronger than the god artifact combined with the evil mastermind of the secret society, now you're real professionals. So the bar is kind of high, isn't it?
ガイのやつも喜んでるだろう。
課長。
Japanese protagonist bar.
はいはい、ちょっとどいてどいて。
グレイさん。
こんなところまで。
こんな美味しいネタを見逃すわけにいきますかって。何はともあれ、まずは一枚パシャリと行かせてもらうわよ。ほら、全員入った入った。
やれやれ。
写真撮ってもらうの？
ああ。にっこり笑うんだぞ。
サイト、入りましょう。
Smile, everyone. It's so fucking funny. Every time the dog talks, it's so funny.
さすがに遠慮した方が良さそうだね。
ほらほら、遠慮すんなっつの。ジョーちゃんも入ってけよ。
それじゃあ遠慮なく。
まったく。
たまにはこういうのも悪くなかろ。
ほら、副司令も課長さんの横あたりに。
はいはい。でもこれどんな絵面になるのかしら。
Oh no, is Belle's the kind of person that has you take a picture like 5 times before she's satisfied with the way her smile looks or the way the light shined on her glasses?
はい、チーズ。
No, that might be Dudley. So you can't see my eyes.
クロスベルに恐るべき混乱を引き起こした DG 教団の存在。それに利用されたマフィアと薬物によって操られていた警備隊、そしてハルトマン議長をはじめとする数々の有力者たちの不始末。事件の概要はクロスベルタイムズによって報じられ、前代未聞の大スキャンダルへと発展した。 ここに至ってマクダイル市長は警察局長、警備隊司令、両名を解任。
This is actually readable. I'm just noticing. Huh. It is a working Oh, it's badly written. It's politician of towering stature as for leaders of assembly member of the Empire sect. Interesting. Okay, it's barely readable. It's not really readable.
各課の責任者やソーニャ副司令に事件の徹底究明を命じた。
This is like some nonsense text.
ダドリー捜査官をはじめ、今まで上層部に押さえつけられていた捜査官たちによって帝国派議員のみならず共和国派議員にも及ぶ教団とのコネクションが洗い出され、何名もの逮捕者が出るに至ってクロスベル政界に対する市民の不信感は頂点へと達した。そんな中 IBC のディーター総裁が次期市長選挙の出馬を電撃表明し、
The CEO of the bank announces his candidacy for mayor. He's still the CEO though, sparking massive concerns about fucking insider trading and conflicts of interest.
そしてマクダイル市長もまた逮捕された議員たちの補欠選挙の出馬を表明し、早くも次の議長候補として各方面から期待されているという。そして事件から1ヶ月後、そのマクダイル市長によって俺たちは視聴者のホールに呼ばれた。
So many recognizable characters.
エステルとヨシアはレンと共にリベールに帰ることになった。
And we didn't see them until Cold Steel 4.
遊撃士協会の人手は減ることになるが、政治改革が行われることによって警察の体制もよりよく変わるだろう。
Wait, no, Ren wasn't. Didn't they show up in Asher? Now that I remember, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't remember. I remember Pater Mater being in there at one point.
今後は一層ギルドとも協力しつつ、彼らの負担も減らせるかもしれない。別れ際、レンは俺たちに改めて気になる言葉をかけてきた。
Who put Kia in the box?
500年前の真実とキーヤがオークションにいた経緯、そして俺の兄ガイ・バニングスを殺めたのは
Yeah, I guess that matters too.
結局何者だったのか、全てを見通すような彼女にもそれらの真相は分からなかったという。だがそれを解き明かすのは俺の、いや俺たちの役目であるはずだ。いつかまた再会する約束をして、俺たちは彼らと別れの言葉を交わした。そして白熱した市長選が終わり、俺たちが通常業務に戻った日、特務支援課の玄関に真新しいカバンを持ったキーヤの姿があった。
Oh, I like the music, damn.
本当に大丈夫か？やっぱり初日くらいは俺もついていった方が。
大丈夫。
Okay,
ちゃ
Dad.
んと道も覚えたもん。それにリュウとアンリも一緒に行くんだし、ライダ心配性すぎ。
でもな。
まったくもう本当に親バカなんだから。あなただって小さな頃は子供たちだけで日曜学校に通っていたんでしょ？
まあそれはそうだけど。
そういうエリーさんもそわそわしまくってませんか？
So that's beside the point. My parents were dead. It's like what? Jeez.
これはその保護者の差がというか。
やれやれ、せっかくのキーボーの晴れの日だ。もう狙われることもないんだし、せめてきちんと見送ってやろうぜ。
Actually, I don't remember the age. Fucking side.
いやまあ分かっちゃいるんだけどさ
I don't remember the age where it happened. When did Lloyd start being taken care of by Cecile's parents and Guy?
なんだか子供を持つ親の気持ちがわかる気がするわ。
お前らこそ新市長から相談に呼ばれてるんだろう。そろそろ出かけたらどうだ。
はいそれなんですけど課長ご存知なんでしょ
一体どんな相談なんですか？
それは新市長から直接聞いた方がいいだろう。とにかく今日はお前たち全員にとって新たなせいぜいしっかりやってこい。
わかりました。
やれやれ、また忙しくなりそうだな。
まあ忙しいのはいつものことですけれど。
それじゃあキーヤちゃん、通りまで一緒に行きましょう。
What a good game. The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero. I actually desperately need to go to the restroom, so I think this is a good time. This is as good a time as any. I'll be right back. I do have some thoughts to share. Some small ones, though. Okay, I'm back. Just in time for the real, the real credits, I guess. So yeah, looks like the end of Trails from Zero. I kind of finished it with like perfect timing considering my schedule for the next coming days. That said, it's such a great game. It might be my favorite feeling Trails game, not only like just in terms of story, but just in terms of gameplay. I remember when I first started this series, I started playing with Trails of Cold Steel 1, which is their like foray into, I guess, proper like model 3D characters and environments. And it's fine, but it always felt kind of off. Like the models in particular looked pretty bad at times, and the animations look very, very cheap, I guess. When you are looking at these smaller sprites, you don't really think about that much. It's like that's not like the focus. But when you start getting to actual 3D models, like for a modern game, you actually start to analyze it a bit more and think, wow, this doesn't feel up to snuff. In this case, like the style looks good. It looks proper, right? So I played up until the second Cold Steel 2, and then I started, like, stuff from previous games started showing up more. Like, in the first one, it didn't matter much. In the second one, I really started to feel I was missing out by playing it, like, starting from that arc. And then I went back to Trails of Trails of the Sky. And on its own thing, that game feels and looks very bad. Maybe it didn't at the time, but basing it by current standards, it feels like an old game. If you look at it, even the art, like, it's kind of charming, but also like 80s anime. It looks like 80s anime art. It's very rough. Characters are have very jagged lines in places. It's strange. And then when you come to think about the environments, it's like 3D. You can actually reorient the camera in such a way that makes it so that they sort of had to design it in a way that it looked okay from most angles. But what actually ended up happening was that most of the environments looked pretty shitty. Or there were some angles where it was incredibly difficult to actually make out what was happening on the screen. And these were some short credits, huh? That's not to say that the games were like unplayable or like straight up bad. It just they felt really rough. Like even also Trails of the Sky 2 felt that way, and to a lesser degree, please find me. That's some good art. We'll see you again at Journey's End. The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero has reached its conclusion, but the story is not yet over. We'll see you again at Journey's End. Okay. That's some nice art of Kea. Well, what I was saying is that they don't feel... they feel a bit rough to play. They don't feel unplayable. But then you get to this game, and I feel like all the environments look a bit crisper. The camera angle is fixed in most places so that the designers could actually design places in a way that they just look good, instead of trying to make it so that they look slightly adequate in most angles. The cast, the cast is always kind of good, but the art style is amazing. The new character artists that they hired for the work, or maybe it's someone's like updated style for like more modern modern art, like, looks incredible. And you get this hub area in Crossbell City where it's like, okay, you get these 6 places where a lot of the recurring NPCs live, and there are some towns in the outskirts that can hold important stuff or missable stuff, but they usually don't, or it's not hard to find the stuff there. When it came to Trails of the Sky, the hub, I guess you could say, changed every chapter. Like, you were basically doing a cross-country trip throughout the whole country. Well, yeah, sorry. I'm repeating myself. But what ends up happening is that, oh, you did this, and there happens to be a missable quest in this other town that you have to basically go through 7 screens, more like 20 screens of enemies just dodging everything to get to them. And if you don't, and it's like, you don't know, there might be stuff, so you have to talk to every NPC and then find that there's actually nothing there. So you have to run all the way back to run all the way back and then go the other direction to find if there is something there, and there is no fast travel to be found. So Trails of the Sky didn't feel good in that respect, particularly if you were trying to like be a completionist. If you were going without a guide, it was like the most asinine thing in the universe. By comparison, even if you go with a guide, like with this one, it's much easier to like keep tabs on all the important NPCs and even like side characters that you just want to like talk to and see how their story is unfolding. So yeah, Trails from Zero is like an excellent game, and it feels like it's a bit more perfected, like that. It's like a perfected form of like Sky. And then when you go into Cold Steel and you change the models like to 3D models, like proper 3D models, you start to feel a bit of the jank that comes in with the team, like not being used to working with that kind of game again, that kind of art style. And yeah, that kind of representing the character models on the screen. So it's that view of the camera. So it's like really interesting. It feels like this is the culmination of everything the team learned with Sky. And it feels like in some respects, like in many respects, better than the following games. I guess to a degree, it doesn't look good in terms of like the art. It's like it's stylized, it's cute. Yeah, it doesn't look particularly impressive, and you can skip a lot of it. Like towards the end, if you get like very, in some respects, like the chibi art is not bad because it's not particularly detailed. It's like you just look at it less. Like it's not just more charming. You look at it less, like with a less critical eye than you would like actual more realistic models or anime style models. But yeah, other than that, like the translation effort is incredible. The Geofront guys did it themselves. It's a shame that I was noticing some typos towards the end, cases where Japanese dialogue was showing up. And it's strange that it seemed to happen more towards the end of the game. I guess they cleaned up the beginning, but then somehow in the main story at the end of the game, they decided to just leave some stuff untouched. Yeah, that was strange. At one point, like Kia's name just was wrong, straight up wrong. Idea. A new day for Crossfall. The extras menu has been unlocked. You can access the extras menu from the title screen. Let's save the clear data. I guess there are only just 10 spots for clear data. Okay, let's save it here and return to title screen. Well, everyone. I was right to leave the ending for the next stream because we only have like 30 minutes left until it's like the 3-hour mark that I usually go for. So I think we're ending the stream early. I also ended up streaming on a day that I usually don't. So thanks everyone for watching this playthrough. I had a blast. I'm thinking I might also do Asher once it comes out. I'm not sure about Reverie though. That will be kind of a nightmare considering. No, there should be guys. I should be able to also do that the same thing I did for this one. That's something to consider in the future. RPGs are not particularly popular on this channel. I get way more views and engagement when I'm actually playing fighting games, for example, because people actually like sign in to play those as well and not just watch them. And they're not as long. Like you don't need to have watched the last like 40 hours to understand what's happening at the current moment. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.